In the fourth round, Josh Ward's beloved Raiders drafted Dante Thornton to go along with Ramel Keaton or to replace Ramel Keaton. Great 40 time at the combine, moved him ahead of another Vol on draft boards. That would be Dylan Sampson, who we'll get to in a second. Are the Raiders a good fit for Dante Thornton and his speedy 40 time?
I do, and some of the analysts brought this up in the broadcast. It's like Al Davis, perfect fit for him, go vertical, and that's what Dante Thornton does. And they were interested in him in the pre-draft process, and they had huge need at wide receiver. I mean, their wide receivers coming into the draft were Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, and Ramel Keaton, who was actually released just before the draft of VFL.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay,
so,
I didn't realize that. Not surprised.
So there's very, very little there. So there's a great opportunity for them there. They also got the wide receiver Jack Besh from TCU and Tommy Malott from Montana State, who they're bringing or moving a wide receiver. So there's more guys in there, but great position for him for sure.
Pete Carroll trades for his guy, brings Geno in. They need to revamp the offense. They started with Ashton Genty, came back around and got Dante Thornton. Take the top off. Not even Geno Smith can overthrow him if he's on the field.
Yeah, I mean, Chuck, go ahead. Your thoughts?
Well, I was surprised that he went just outside the top 100. I didn't think. It was 108. But the speed, just stay healthy. I mean, we'll see how it works out there. If he can stay healthy, it's a good pick.
And catch the ball.
And
Just
catch the
those
ball.
two things. Just
Right.
stay healthy and catch
Catch
the
the
ball. Here's the deal. I've seen there's a million of these guys that get drafted every year. Patriots took one a couple years ago, and a guy named Tyquan Thornton, who was like the fastest man at the 40. Now, in college, he wasn't great with hands, but man. And it's like, yeah, there's always one of these guys who he had 25 catches in college, but he can run. Dante Thornton, as he didn't put it together at Oregon. He didn't put it together in 2 years at Tennessee. Showed flashes, but you
Better in year two.
okay.
Now, in the Vanderbilt game.
So you thought he was really good this year.
I say he was better in year two. I didn't say he
Vanderbilt
was his
game.
first round pick.
Did he ever live up to the hype of his arrival?
No, probably not at the height. But, I mean, the NFL is on potential, so I get it.
Clang, clang, clang. I rest my case. All right. I hope he does well. I'm just saying. He's a speed guy. We see them drafted every year.
Right.
Maybe he puts it together. I hope he does. But at Oregon, at Tennessee the second year, either injuries or drops or overthrow. Something wasn't there. All right. Dylan Sampson went to the Cleveland Browns, fourth guy to go. Fourth guy of the Vols to go. He was the most record-setting player he had. Went to the Cleveland Browns. Now, the interesting thing there is the Browns had double-dipped at quarterback with Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. They also double-dipped at running back with Quinshon Judkins from Ohio State, who went before Dylan Sampson. Is this a good spot for Dylan Sampson?
I think there were better spots, and I hope. As the SEC Offensive Player of the Year, he was the number 126 overall draft selection. I hope it goes better, but a lot of people go to Cleveland. It doesn't work out to me.
He'll be the third running back on the depth chart to start the season. Nick Chubb, the other one that's in the mix, who's been there for a minute. If Nick Chubb stays healthy, I don't think that we're going to see Dylan Sampson. Quinshon Judkins was taking that position to essentially be kind of the change up to what they want in the backfield. But to the point I think you were maybe alluding to, maybe you weren't, sorry if I'm putting words in your mouth. I don't know how Andrew Berry still has a job. I don't know how the Browns are still functioning. They drafted the last 3 days as if it was a fantasy roster, and I wish for a better location for Dylan Sampson.
They now have 5 quarterbacks on their roster. Vince, you like this for Dylan Sampson?
Well, I thought that it was a potential landing spot because they only had 2 running backs on their roster. So the potential for playing time and him having some running success there is there. The team isn't likely to have success. So I think that's where the tough spot is. You wish you could get to, on a winner or a team that can compete for a championship in the short term. But in terms of opportunity and interest, the Cleveland Browns fit the bill.
It's interesting. I don't know, when I see anybody at Tennessee wind up there, I'm wondering how much of Jimmy Haslam is involved in that.
Yes.
Good point. I was listening to MMQB's Albert Breer this week on radio was talking about the fact that he didn't think that the Browns would take Shedeur Sanders because he didn't think Kevin Stefanski had a great meeting with him. He said, now, if their owner gets involved, and he said it in such a way that Jimmy Haslam is now kind of, no offense, Chuck, is put in there with Jerry Jones in terms of, well, you never know what the owner's going to do there.
Right.
So I wonder if Dylan Sampson, if part of that was Vol on Vol. But maybe it's a good landing spot for him. We'll see.
Well, and it's a good value pick for the Browns. I was talking about from Dylan Sampson's perspective, and I hope it works out.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Out of
hope it works out, but-
out of the four names you've brought up, the person who has the best landing spot's Omar Norman Lott. For the other three,
I agree.
because of the value and what they had,
And
the
the
capital.
coach and the team.
And what he's going to be asked to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, really good. Chuck, thanks for coming in today. By the way, is 2025 a rebuilding year?
Yes.
You say
Offensive line, I mean, especially off, and then I think you're going to see more concerns on defense too, but especially offense.
He says it's a rebuilding year.